This is Isaiah 30:3. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. I like to start off by saying Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Kol Haloyim La Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Ruchakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who do well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect that scattered abroad, the Akim and the Akwat that's listening in. Yahweh Rakazah, Lord willing that the lesson is edifying. It's the brother Shawab Omawan back at you with another lesson. I'm going into the title, all right? America is on edge. Distress, upside down flag, all right? And let's read Isaiah 30:3 again. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. Let's grab Hosea 10:13 in the NLT. But you have cultivated wickedness and harvested a thriving crop of sins. You have eaten the fruit of lies, trusting in your military might, believing that great armies could make your nation safe. So, basically going into America being on edge, man. Okay. And I actually went in and the inspiration came. It's crazy how the inspiration came about this video. All right, because last night I go to the gym around like 1, 2 in the morning, and when I went to the gym last night, there was there was an Edomite in there, right? And there was Jake, light-skinned Jake. I'm pretty sure he was Judah, all right, but he was a light-skinned Jake, which, I mean, he kind of seemed a little off. Because when I was already in there working out, he walked in late, and then he was like kind of looking at me and talking almost like to himself, but I think he had headphones on, and then he was giving me this look like if I had said something to him, but I ain't pay no fucking mind to him at the end of the day. But what was crazy was that I'm like maybe after he comes in, another like half hour into my workout, and Edomite walks in, and then he starts working out, and he's like, another 15 minutes into he's like 15 minutes into his workout. So, that's about 45 minutes after my workout. He comes out of the back, and he's like, yo, did boy say something to you? And I was like, what you mean? I'm like confused. He was like, that guy just spit in my face, and he said, go work for another team. And he said, apparently he thinks that he spit on him randomly, went up to him randomly, spit on him, and told him to go fight for another team because he had a Marine shirt on. Okay. And, I'm looking at the guy like, damn, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? You should have whooped his ass or whatever. Yeah, I would have whooped Jake's ass doing some dumb shit like that. You don't just spit on people like that. But hey, that's the times that we're in. This is how I got the inspiration of this video. And people are just on edge. Jake seems like Jake didn't like that he had a Marine shirt on because Jake probably sick of America. Sick of what's going on in America. So, like I've always said, man, desperate times call for desperate measures. So people are just on complete edge, and I was just, meditating on it earlier. Just when I went to the store, I was thinking about it, and I was like, damn, that's shit crazy, and it made me go into my chat, my chat GPT, GPT, and I went on it, and I punched in, is America on edge, just to see what it would say. Okay. And answers came up. All right. And then on top of that, I remembered about a video I ran into like 2 days ago on Instagram. There was an upside down flag, and I was supposed to make a video on it, and then it just literally hit me. You see, and an upside down flag represents, all right, it represents distress or danger. Okay. And this is how Americans are feeling. Americans are feeling like they are in danger. They are feeling the you know, the edge, the frenzy of what's going on, the civil war, you know, the tension between people, man. And this is why we have to walk circumspectly, you know, redeeming the times, because the days are evil, man. Because people's mindset, you don't even know what fucking people going through in these last days, man. You don't know who's going through what struggles they're going through, what problems they having at their house, at their home, they with their wives, they kids, whatever, you know, they jobs, you know, and people again are just completely on edge, man. All right, and you have to be mindful of these things, man. All right, because see, they were looking for a certain type of outcome, man. See, they depended on Pharaoh of this society, right, which is DJ Trump, all right, to make America great again, and America's not being made great again at all. It hasn't been made great since fucking 2020. It's just gotten worse and worse and worse, you see. And that's why you have a lot of division upon this place. That's why you have a lot of civil war brewing up, all right, because people think that they're going to go back to normal, and they're not going back to normal. Every time they walk out of their houses, or they hear on the news, or look on the social media, they see that it's getting worse and worse, man. So people can't handle it, you know. And it's a beautiful thing, man, because this is why the prophets of doom are out there preaching the word of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. We're here to fuck up your day, you see. We're here to let you know that this place is not going to continue on. This is why we tell you, seek Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, why he may be found, because here we have no continuing city, okay? Scriptures tell you in Micah 2:10, arise and depart, all right? For this is not your rest. It is polluted. It will destroy you with a sword destruction, man. Everything here is being destroyed. You know, the Lord is literally giving it a slow death, you see, from the inside out. You know, so that's why you can't put your all your chips in, you know, go all in on America, because this place is done for. You know, it's not like back in the day you would go gambling, you would come out the casino a winner. You are not coming out the game as a winner no more. You are going to completely lose here in America. All right. And you could thank your elites. You could thank Esau, you know, for, you know, orchestrating it the way it is. All right. And that's why we say we are in beautiful times, man. It's a beautiful time to know the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. That's why the word of the Lord is precious in these days. Okay. Like in the book of Samuel, the word of the Lord was precious in those days. It's the same thing today, man. The word is precious in these days, because that's the only thing, the only peace that you have, the only comfort you have here in the valley of the shadow of death, okay, in this place of darkness, okay. But let me grab this video real quick, all right, to show you that America hanging flags upside down, man, you know, showing you that they are in distress, okay. Here we go. Trying to get to it. Fucking shit don't want to. These phones, man, when I tell you these phones are tripping lately too, I don't know if it's happening to y'all, but all of a sudden my phone tells me I got sleep. It actually tells me that I need to go to sleep. I don't know where the hell this damn update came from. You know, it tells me quit time on the internet. You know, yo, phone's been tripping lately, man. Look, this is just stuck on nothing right now. It doesn't even want to go into the video. Hold on. But yeah, that shit told me to go to sleep last night. My phone literally told me it's time for you to go to bed. And I'm looking at the phone like, what the hell? What the fuck going on with my phone? You know? But hey, man, we in crazy times, all right? Let me play this again. Let me try to get into this video again. Okay.
This morning in Ferguson after this American flag, you can see it's being flown upside down. This was at the post office, and it's raising a lot of questions. Fox News' Cameron Mendoza spoke with a veteran on what this could mean and who it impacts. A flag here at the post office in Ferguson caught a lot of eyes this morning after being seen flown upside down.
All of my brothers and sisters who have died in the service of the country and were buried by the flag.
The American flag, seen as a patriotic symbol for many, like retired veteran John Clark, who learned quickly the significance the flag held.
Oh, man, you tripping, bro. Hold on real quick, man. This phone, bro. Let me go back into that.
This morning in Ferguson after this American flag, after a lot of questions. Fox saying caught a lot of eyes this morning after being seen flown upside down.
All of my brothers and sisters who have died in the service of the country and were buried by the flag.
The American flag, seen as a patriotic symbol for many, like retired veteran John Clark, who learned quickly the significance the flag held and exactly how it's taken care of.
One, never let it touch the ground. Secondly, if you're flying the American flag with, like, let's say the Missouri flag, another flag, the United States flag has to be higher than any of the other flags.
So when the flag was seen,
and why does it have to be higher than all the other flags? That's the pride that Esau has here in America. That's the pride that America has, that it thinks it's higher and above, all right, above all these other flags, above all these other countries. That's why the scriptures in Obadiah tell you that their habitation is high, all right. Let's grab that real quick, all right, which their habitations is going into these different, buildings that they have, skyscrapers, but the pride of thine heart has deceived thee, man. Okay, everything that these devils do in America, man, they do it with great pride. Okay, so this is 3 Obadiah 1 and 3 says, the pride of thine heart has deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, right, whose habitation is high. Okay, NLT says, because you live in a rock fortress and make your home high in the mountains. Okay, who can ever reach us way up here? You ask boastfully. You know what I'm saying? So their habitation is high. Their pride is also high. As the scriptures say, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Yeah, the Lord is going to bring America down. He's going to make America sit down in the dust, as the scriptures say. Okay, the dust means confusion. All right, that's why people are on edge now, because they're in total confusion of, like, damn, I thought we was going to make America great again, but we ain't making shit great. Okay, it's only getting worse. This is Isaiah 47 and 1. Come down and sit in the dust. All right, meaning confusion. O virgin daughter of Babylon. Why is she being considered as a virgin? Because she has never been touched. You see, meaning that she has never been, she has never gone through the hardships that it's about to go through. Because America's spoiled. America's this land of the free, home of the brave, land of opportunity, a place where, people come from all over the world to make, millions of dollars off the backs of Israelites, man. You see, this is that cash cow worldwide. So, they look at it like, damn, this is that place right here. You see? So it says, O daughter of the O virgin daughter of Babylon, sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Okay, they're not going to be called tender and delicate no more. Okay, it says, take the millstones and grind mill, unlock the locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yeah, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance and I will not meet thee as a man. So, the Lord is exposing America's wickedness, exposing Esau, as the scriptures tell you. I have made Esau bare and he can no longer hide himself. You see, Now we know that America's Babylon the Great, according to the scriptures, because one, the prophets, all right, is speaking it into, has told you, all right, and we're bringing this place down through the word of the Lord, all right, and two, because now you can see that they are the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. Who's the one that's running America? Okay, you got these little hatters out there, okay, in Israel. All right, you got the elites that is running America, and everything is being ran right here. All right, this is the heart of the world, basically. You see, it says, as for our Redeemer, the Lord Yahweh of hosts is his name, and the Holy One of Israel, sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. You see? This is no longer going to be that number one kingdom of the world. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou did not lay these things to thine heart. Neither did we remember the latter end of it. Yeah, they thought that there was going to be no latter end. You see, there was going to be no end to America, because their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. You see, but here it is that the Lord going to humble America down and show you, all right, the true power of the Lord. Okay, we're coming up by the 250-year mark of America ruling. Kingdoms don't last no more than 250 years, you see? So it's bound for it to fall. It's been in a rulership. The scriptures tell you, man, that the Lord, the physician, cutteth off a long disease. You see? America's been ruling for too long, okay? And if you understand the scriptures, all right, you understand that we're the revival of the ancient Roman Empire. So, you know, they were ruling, you know, that Greco-Roman Empire all the way till now. So they've been ruling for such a long time, you see? And that's why the Lord's about to make it come sit down in the dust. All right. So let's go back to that video.
Ferguson.
If the United States has to fly the flag upside down, it is considered a nation under threat.
Neighbors, but especially veterans, took notice. We reached out to the post office on the incident, but have not heard back. A neighbor who did not want to be on camera did tell us it looked like postal workers arrived early this morning, spotted the flag, and worked quickly to correct it.
I want them to understand.
Man, at the end of the day, fuck that correction, man. That's the Lord putting the spirit on somebody to hang it upside down, because, see, the Lord's giving you signs throughout the whole entire earth, man, that America's going to be taken down. You had that statue replica in Brazil, you know, that a wind of 60 miles per hour straight smacked it down to the ground. That's representing the destroying winds, all right, that's going to knock down America. And the destroying wind is a representation of what? The thermonuclear missiles, you see? So it's showing you through the spirit that the Lord is going to take this place down, okay? You had, I believe it was some dogs that were trying to, they were biting the flag down, trying to knock it down, and they were ripping it down. I'm pretty sure that's what it was, because there was also crows that were taking the flag in Israel, and they were trying to knock it down. And crows also were trying to knock it down in America, the flag in a certain state, because I have an actual video production that I'm working on with that right now. So I can't remember exactly how it was, but it was definitely crows knocking down the flag, biting the flag and plucking at it in Israel and America. And then you had dogs. I don't know if it was the Israel flag or the American flag that they were trying to bite it down. And see, these are just little warnings and little spiritual things, signs that the Lord shows us that America's done for. You see? So America is very well in distress, man, and in danger. Okay, we're in danger because this economy is about to collapse any day. You know, we're in danger because all these nations, all right, and their own allies are about to come against them and destroy them. You see? So there's just no way around it no more, man. Okay. Now I don't have to finish the rest of that video. You get the point. The flag was hung upside down. So going back to this chat, let me see if it's still there. It's probably not going to be there no more, but I definitely screenshotted it. Yeah, it's not there no more. I screenshotted it and I asked the chat, all right, is America on edge? And best believe it gave me an answer. All right. And I'm going to read what those answers were. Okay. So it says, the short answer, yes. Many signs suggest America is on edge, but not in a single unified way. It's more like multiple pressures converging at once. And that's what you see. Multiple things happening all at once. Okay. That's that domino effect that we're talking about, that we've been talking about for years, that when that domino effect comes, it's going to be one thing after another. You see, everything's going to be happening simultaneously. You see? So it says, creating tension across society. All right. Yes, people are on edge. Number one, political tension, deep polarization between parties and ideologies, distrust in government institutions, courts, elections, and media, strong emotions around immigration, foreign wars, race, religion, and national identity. This creates an atmosphere where people feel the system is unstable. And that's exactly what this place is, unstable. Okay. And this place is like the scriptures tell you, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Well, America's a double-minded place because it's a place of confusion. So a place that's like double-minded like that is unstable in all its ways, right? Even if it's still functioning, it says. Number two, economic pressure, right? It says, it's like economic pressure, high cost of living, food, rent, utilities, wages lagging behind inflation for many, fear of recession, layoffs, market crashes. You see, these things are all happening right now. Okay. You know, the cost of living is high as hell. You know, you think because you're paying some cheap ass gas for at $2.50 right now, and you're still able to get a couple of, things at the supermarket at a low price, you think that you're actually in good terms, man. But see, the cost of living and everything else is going way up. So it's really nothing. You being able to pay for your gas doesn't mean shit, because everything else is at a high level, is expensive as hell. You see? And the scriptures talk about that. Let's grab that real quick. All right. This is 2nd Ezra 16, and it says, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth. All right. This is 21. Behold, victuals. All right. And victuals go into food. All right. But when you really look into the word victual and you break it down, it goes into a lot of necessities, things that we need. Okay. So, you need gas, you need food, you need your bills paid and things like that, right? So it says, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. You see? And this is Babylon the Great, which Babylon goes back to Babel, which means what? Confusion. You see? So we're in total confusion out here in America, because people don't know if they're going to go back to normal, or if they're not, or if they are. They don't know if they're going to have a job, or if they're not, So everything is just a confusion state of mind right now, right? So let's go back. It says, even when the indicators say the economy is okay, every day people feel squeezed, and that breeds anxiety. Number 3, social strain, rising stress, depression, and burnout, breakdown of trust between neighbors, communities, and institutions, heavy exposure to negative or fear-driven media. And that's right. All right. That's what the greatest weapon of mass destruction that Esau has is fear. He loves to instill fear in the people. That's how you gain control, you see, by fear. See, that's why you're supposed to fear the Heavenly Father. You're supposed to fear Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right. And as long as you fear the Lord, all right, well, then you're going to have the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. All right. The Lord's going to bless you. He's going to protect you. Right. But if you have fear of Esau, well, then you're going to line up for this MOTB. You know, you're going to follow in everything that he tells you to do, because fear is a way of controlling people. You see, the Lord controls us with his fear. Esau controls the world with his fear, you see, to make you do and bow down to his image, his system, whatever it is. Okay. So it says, people are more reactive, defensive, and quick to assume bad intentions. All right. 4, it says security and unrest concerns, protests, crime fears, and visible law of enforcement present. And you see martial law troops being placed everywhere, man. You see? It says National Guard deployments for emergencies or civil unrest, ongoing global conflicts that people fear could spill over. This doesn't mean collapse, but it keeps nerves tight. And it does mean it collapse. They just can't see it. Remember, the natural man receiveth not the things of the spirit, you see? But we receive all these things through the spirit. We know this is the signs that the Lord has given us, man. We're measuring the time diligently within itself. And we know that the Lord is visiting this place, man. And how everything has a beginning, everything has an end, and the end is manifest, you see? Biblical, 5, biblical and prophetic lens. Since you often ask from this angle, look, that's wild. That chat knows that I ask from that point of view all the time. That's fucking wild right there. It says many people interpret this moment through scriptures like Luke 21 and 26, men's hearts failing them from fear. Matthew 24, wars and rumors of war, division. 2 Timothy 3, perilous times, lack of self-control, lovers of themselves. You see? Chat know what's up, man. How the hell does the chat know what's up? But you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that are 2/3 don't understand what times we're in. As the scriptures say, you could discern the skies, right? But you can't discern the times that we're in. That's bugged out. All right. It says, from that perspective, America being on edge is seen as a symptom of moral, spiritual, and societal decline, not just politics. Bottom line, America is not an immediate collapse, which is a lie, but is intense, divided, financially stressed, and spiritually unsettled. That combination makes the nation feel, look, the Lord hit the chime on that. That combination makes the nation feel like it's standing on a fault line. And then they asked me, if you want, I can compare the moment to past U.S. crisis, blah, blah, blah. I didn't even want to hear it because they gave me enough information by just asking that one question, man. So, you know, America's on edge, man. America's in distress, okay? And this is why America is hanging their flags upside down, because they're in great danger. You see, the Lord is about to destroy this place, man. The Lord is about to show Esau what a true humbling is. Okay. And we see it coming, and we're prepared for it mentally, spiritually. Okay. We're even preparing for it physically. You see? And that's the spirit that you want to be in, man. You want to be able to have the eye salve, all right, and know what times that we're in. So when the thief will come, all right, you're not being taken away by the thief, okay? As the scriptures tell you in Matthew, all right, the 24th chapter, all right? Let's just grab down. I'll close it out with that, all right? Matthew 24 and 42. And it says, watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord Yahushua does come. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as you think not, the Son of Man cometh. You see? And what are these people are in? They're in that spirit of the times of Noah, man. You know, eating, drinking, you know, marrying, giving into marriage, you see, in that spirit of mirth. All right. The scriptures say that the house of the wise are in the house of mourning. All right. And the house of fools is in the house of mirth. You see? So we're not supposed to be in that spirit. We're supposed to be in the spirit of of fasting, praying, asking for the Lord to forgive us, you see, seeking for the Lord while he may be found, all right, because the Lord is about to close the doors of repentance onto this place, man. Let's end it with that. As a matter of fact, this is 2nd Ezra 9 and 10, and it says 8. Actually, let's take it from 6. It says, even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonder and powerful works, and endings in effects and signs. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby ye have believed, shall be preserved from the said perils, shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. So you have to have faith and works, all right, combined together. You can't just be a hearer of the word, you have to be a doer of the word also. Faith without works is dead being alone. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me. Okay, Salakia, let me go up one. I missed one. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. Okay, as the scriptures tell you in 2nd Ezra, the 8th chapter, in the 50th verse. All right, many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time walked in great pride. Okay, for such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, and they that have loathed my law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. The same must know it after death by pain. You see, and that's what's coming. You see, pain is coming to this place. All right, the Lord is going to show you how to make you fear him, especially you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, because you're the Lord's people, you see. And then the rest of these nations is going to learn who the true power was of the earth, man. You see, the Lord going to show you how to put things in order again. Okay, the Lord going, as the scriptures say, in due time, he's going to put one that is profitable. Okay, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, because of injuries and riches gotten by deceit. You know, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. You see, so it's the end of this devil's reign, the end of an era of who? Of Esau. And the Lord's going to set up, all right, Yahushai, all right, in his reign instead. And we're going to rule forever. He's going to rule forever. Because when the righteous are in authority, the people going to rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn, you see. And that's why this place is in distress, okay? So I'm going to leave it at that through the Spirit, Lord willing, that the lesson was edifying. So with that being said, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Call Elohim La Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect that scattered abroad. The Akim and the Akwat that was listening in. Yahweh Ratazah, Lord willing, that the lesson was edifying. To the next one, Shalom. Keep fighting the good fight of faith, enduring as good soldiers of Yahweh Shai. Shalom.